So listen now.
Thank
Give
you.
him a round. Give him some love. Give him some love. Give him some love. Give him some love. For real, for real. Just with the confidence point, right? I mean, let me put it like this, guys. How many of you guys right now are going through something? Let's keep it 100. We family. I told you what it is. Let's keep it 100. How many of us are going through something right now? You got to understand that feeling, it's not going to go away. That's just what it is. It's called life. You see, when I got put in the chair at 17, my whole world came down. I promise you. I'm not talking about bad grade. I'm not talking about I couldn't go out, couldn't buy my sneakers, I couldn't, get that whip. I'm talking about life-changing experience. You see, right before I got put in the chair, I was Superman. I had an S on my chest. I did what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, whenever I wanted to do it. Just like a lot of us are here right now. And my confidence got demolished. And I sat in this chair, drinking my tears. Like, why? And I remember sitting here feeling insecure because I felt like females wouldn't look at me the same. So I felt this thing, embarrassment. I didn't like when the dudes looked at me. I felt like they was just disrespecting me. I thought the world was against me. You know how many times we train ourselves to start thinking a certain way. And we think that everybody's hating on us, like, right?
Everybody hating.
Like everybody's hating on me. Everybody don't like Jorge. My man's looking at me, but what it is that he never seen a guy in a wheelchair. So he's just curious. He's just glanced over. But I'm gonna create a story in my head. And I said to myself, and I did this for several years. And I said to myself, I said, Jorge, like, what does that look like? You could sit there for the rest of your life with no confidence and just sitting in your misery and just dwelling on your problems. Or we could do something about it. That's all we have is choices right now. Like, for real, let's keep it on. Let's not even make this too deep. You have a choice right now. You want that 4.0? You go get it. That's it. You see, for me to stop feeling the way I was feeling, for me to stop feeling insecure, for me to stop feeling like I was less than, for me to stop feeling like I didn't have what it took to become who I wanted to be, I needed to adjust, right? And I needed to find how I was going to build that confidence within myself. So I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like the chair. Like, it was uncomfortable for me. It was like, yo, why is everybody looking? I felt like whenever I got put in the chair, everybody looked at me. It's like walking into a room, it just felt, I didn't know how to put my hands. I didn't know where to sit. Like, I was just like, it's like walking into a room that it's not your same skin color and you just feel uncomfortable. Whether you're black, whether you're white, I don't care. We are human. We learn to identify with what we know. And that's what makes us comfortable. So the minute that we're not there, we become insecure. The minute we're in a space that is not comfortable for us, that we're not familiar with it, we break down. You see, confidence is something that, without confidence, you're not going to win. And what I said to myself, I said, Jorge, you don't like what you look like? Then let's do something about it. So in the process of me not liking how I looked, what I did, I started hitting the gym. Started hitting a little bit. I was like, yo, if I'm going to be a paraplegic, I'm going to be a dope paraplegic. Right? So let's put it like this. It got to a point, I made the wheelchair look sexy. Let's keep it 100. I'm not even lying to you. I got brothers looking at me like, yo, what can I get one of those? Like, for real. Like, I see how you move, man.
And you married.
I see how you move. I'm 42 and my wife's 27. I'm 42 and my wife's 27. See, confidence is not something I don't lack of no more. Because I learned how to love myself, and I learned to understand that I put my money on me, no matter what. So if you put your money on you, my brother, guess what? 4.0 this semester. Let's get it. You hear me? That's it. Confidence, right? You need to understand that you have everything inside of you to be great. There is nobody in here that doesn't have a gift. You just haven't tapped into it. You haven't tapped into it. You're too busy watching what this person's doing. You're too busy watching what this person's doing. Tap into your greatness. Right? Tap into your greatness. Paraplegic. Barbering school. First day that I go in to cut hair. Instructor tell Miss Giaquinto, love that lady, she saved my life. Little Italian lady, about 5'1", she don't play military. I had an attitude, she like, boy, I promise you, I'm not your mama. And I remember that first haircut that she walked me to, and the gentleman looked at me. And when I tell you, that gentleman looked down on my feet, looked at my chin, looked at me, and he laughed in my face. My confidence was shooken. But where I come from, we don't display that. You gotta stop displaying that. I don't care what you're feeling inside, you reset and adjust. And you hold your ground. And because I hold my ground and I chose that I wasn't gonna let that man, his opinion of who I was or what he thought I was gonna keep me from growing. And I went and I put my pride aside. I jumped in that chair that Miss Giaquinto did for me. And I gave him the haircut that he probably still thinking about it to this day. You know what I'm saying? What that did for me right there was like, yo, boy, you got everything it takes. And once I got through that haircut, I said, let's go. Let's get it. And I want you to understand that there is nothing in this world you can accomplish. You see, once I did that haircut, it built my confidence. Once I did that haircut, it got me to a point that 18 years after, I'm still rocking in the barber industry. 18 years after, not only I'm a licensed instructor, licensed barber, licensed cosmetologist, I own a barbershop for the last 15 years. All right? Now, not the only I own my barbershop for 15 years, I've been part of the state Massachusetts Barbering Board. So not only I educate you, right? Now I'm an evaluator, so I test you. And now when you get caught and you actually are doing unlawful things in the industry, I discipline you. See, they laughed at me at first, and now they ask me how I did it. And I want you to understand, it starts within here. Because if you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody gonna believe in you. I come from a broken down household. I'm a 9th grade dropout. And I'm standing here at MSU, sitting here talking to you guys and expressing my feelings and how I go from the bottom to the top. This is just the beginning because my confidence, right? My confidence level, I know that I have everything that it takes to be able to get to the next level. I believe in myself. Does it get rocky sometimes? I'm human, of course it does. But the devil is a liar. And I promise you, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let nobody feed me. I don't put myself in situations that I'm gonna have the wrong group of individuals that are gonna guide me the wrong way. You know what's right and wrong. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do to get to the next level. Why are we playing with our future? Why are we playing with ourselves? See, the number one, you gotta find out, like Mike said, to have a great start, find out what that end result is gonna look like. Once you do that, I need you to really, really not only find out what, make a plan, right? Then show up. Show up, just like you did today. Show up. This word was for you to hear. Showing up wins half of the battle, right? Now once you show up, you make those adjustments, right? You know what adjustments you need to make. I mean, let's talk real quick. What adjustments do you need to do right now? Give me one or two things, please. Anybody?
Self-affirmation.
Self-affirmation. And that's huge. But you're aware of it. So let's make that adjustment. Who else?
Making time for myself.
Making time. Can you speak a little more into that, please?
So I'm naturally just a people person, and I always find myself in spaces with a lot of people, but I always forget to come back to me. It's like, and I'm always finding myself helping other people through their problems, but I don't even deal with what I got going on.
And you know why? Because you're too busy pouring into everybody else, but who's pouring into you? But you know what's going on, so you make the adjustment. But guess what? What's your name, honey? Ali. You can't continue doing that because if you're not good, nobody's good. You gotta understand. You gotta find what that adjustment is. See, for me, I'm a paraplegic. For me to get around and compete with other speakers, compete with other barbers, I gotta work a little harder. So through me, I was like, forget about the end goal. Let's work on the process. What's the process? The process here is for you is that you're showing up to school and you're doing what you need to do, right? What's the process for me? Like I needed to show up every day because I didn't have every tool I needed to be able to get to that next level. But what I had was all heart. What I had is confidence. What I had was showing up. And once you have that, you believe in yourself, there's no one that's gonna take what's yours already. It's just a matter of you walking through that process. So I need you to understand this, right? And I'm gonna leave you with this. Life is what you make it. Like, we're not gonna get deep with this, right? You might have heard this already, but it's gonna come from a 42-year-old paraplegic that came from dirt and is still rising to the top. And I don't do this for myself, I do this for my legacy. I do this for my wife. I do this for my son. I do this for my daughter. And if you're not doing it for yourself, find out who you need to be doing it for. Just stay focused and invest into what you already committed to. Don't waste time. Like, come on, for real, life is short, bro. Like, I promise you, if you're out there competing against me, you might be smarter. I'll give you that. But I'm gonna outwork you. I'm too consistent. I'm too consistent with it. You will like, yo, this dude don't get tired? No, I don't, because it's all I have. I will show up and stay consistent, and I'm gonna dominate. Just like I did in the last 18 years in the barber industry that consists of barbers standing up and making money. Not only I dominated, but I created opportunities for everybody else around me, even the ones that laughed at me. So I want to encourage you. If you take anything from me today, just don't doubt yourself. It's never gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be honest with you, let me be very transparent. I got 2 skin breaking down right now. I have a urine infection. I don't feel like I showed up. I'm here. Nothing was gonna keep me from coming here and sharing with you. I promise you. And that's the mentality you need to have to get that 4.0. Like Mike, today I almost lost the fight. I called Mike, I was like, yo, Mike, I got sticks in my stomach. Why? Because this is what I do. I show up. And I believe in who I am, and I believe how I change things. And at the end of the day, if I don't give it 120, ain't nobody gonna come to your door and say, here's the 4.0. Create the process. Forget about the goal, because the goal is in 4 years. The goal is in 2 years. The goal is next year. I want you to start working on the process right now. What's gonna get you to get that 4.0? What did you need to do for the next couple of months to get that first semester to get to where you need to are? Because if you get started the right way, if you get started phenomenal way, and you get to a point that you get a great start, guess what? It's like Mike was telling me earlier in the car. He said, everything's in the beginning, it's like going up that hill. Going up that hill. Anybody ever rode a bike going up the hill? You start standing up, right? Because now you just use straight legs. And then now you're leaning forward, right? Because you're almost off balance. But when you get to the top of the hill and you start going down, you don't even got to pedal anymore. So stay focused, keep winning, and believe in yourself, all right?